Hey guys, Krisha here. Please be cautious of any fake comments and emails you may receive from people pretending to be Mango Research. Sean and I will never, ever contact you for investment opportunities or anything of that sort. To get in touch with the real Mango team, make sure to join our official Discord chat using the link in the description below. Stay safe out there, and remember, do it Mango.
Good morning, guys. My name is Sean Dexter, and I welcome you back to the Mango Grove for your daily analysis video. Now, this is going to be a quick update video on Solana. I'm going to try to keep this one as short as possible because I do have to get back to some last-minute vacation packing. And oh, by the way, I will be leaving tomorrow on vacation, so this is likely also going to be the last Solana update video I do. So we'll try to wrap up a few questions that a lot of you guys have, right? Remember, our big target for Solana was $100, but we were looking for further upside after that too. So if you guys did watch and you paid attention to the video, right at the beginning of the video, we said we are looking for Solana to reach $100 and beyond, right? That was the initial video titled Solana, a plan for $100. And that we did that video somewhere around when Solana was around $70, but even at that point, guys, we were already deep into our trade, right? We were in the middle of our trend trade. Now this is the extension of the trend trade, like the zone we are in at the moment. But when we did that video, a plan for $100, which was somewhere around here, right? We were already trading Solana. Like, in fact, we had gotten our initial position over here, then we added over here, and then aggressively also added over here, right? And then these ads over here were the final ads that we were looking for until Solana broke that $100 mark, right? Remember, we are trend traders. The only reason we decided to take some profits off at $100 was because, one, I'm leaving on vacation, and two, that $100 level is a major psychological level, and we had a really nice move towards the upside too. So why not book some profits for the year, right? And again, guys, I do want to reiterate this idea. As a trend trader, you don't need too many of these wins. You need only like maybe 2 a year to really have a good year, right? So now, in today's video, we will be answering questions that I've been getting over the past 12 hours because people seem to be a little confused as to how to really manage this position. And I really think most of the confusion is stemming from psychological battles that people are having with open profits, right? We really struggle to give away open profits, or rather even see them temporarily disappear, right? So I'm going to try to answer those questions to the best of my ability. It's hard to do that in the middle of these or rather with these smaller videos, especially when I have to wrap this video up quicker than usual today, but I'm going to try my best. Okay, so Solana, we hit our $100 target and we've gone beyond as well. In fact, we did talk about major psychological levels like $125, $150, and I do think we did come up and hit $125, right? In fact, we shot up to $130, right? 128-ish, and we are seeing that resistance now. This is expected, guys. This is completely expected. So let's reiterate how we were looking at this trend trade at the beginning when things were slow, right? Things always start off slow, by the way, guys, right? Things start off slow and then they pick up and they slow down a little bit more again, but not as slow as it was during the initial consolidation, and then they pick up and each leg is faster and faster, right? Each impulsive move is faster and faster. That's one of the characteristics of trend trading that you guys need to start absorbing mentally, because a lot of the battle with trend trading comes with the psychological warfare, right? So again, what are we talking about when things were slow? We're talking about how we want a weekly consolidation, okay? What were we looking for? We were looking for the impulsive move. And when we got that impulsive move, and this was when I had done that video on Solana, a plan to $100. Solana was sitting at around 75-ish at the time. And what did Solana do? It gave us that pullback, right? But that pullback is just a pullback on the mid time frames, because on the high time frames it's nothing, right? You can see it right over here on the weekly. It doesn't look like a pullback at all. And we talked about this idea throughout this year. For those of you who have been following us for this entire year, and especially those of you who are on the seed program, this is your trend analysis module, right? Of course, we discuss it in more in-depth and more advanced, but this is a very basic idea over here where we have the move and we pull back only to give us a opportunity to buy the pullback, right? Especially if the initial consolidation is on the weekly, right? What happens? We have the impulsive move, and then we go on over to the mid time frames, right? So higher time frame on over to mid time frames, and then we look for the lower time frame leg, right? So that's how it cascades. Higher time frame, impulses on over to the mid time frame, impulses on over to the lower time frame, and each time you will get on a beautiful trend, right? It's not always going to be perfect, but on a beautiful trend, you're looking for the pullback, right? After the impulse, you're looking for the pullback to give you a bid on over to the mid time frame levels, and then after the mid time frame impulsive move, you're looking for a bid on over to the lower time frame levels, right? So we're going to go ahead and discuss that idea with Solana as an example right over here. So let me just go ahead and erase all of this. So we have Solana, okay? And bear with me over here, guys. You guys are thinking, Sean, just tell me what to do. Tell me what to do. I need to know what to do. No, you guys need to understand what to do. If you guys don't understand what to do, it's going to be useless, because I want you guys to be able to take this and apply it to your next trade and your next trade. And hopefully you won't need Mango anymore, right? So just freaking listen. Right over here, we had the weekly consolidation. This is the impulsive move on the weekly time frame, right? And on the weekly, we don't even look like we have a pullback yet. But let's go ahead and look at the daily time frame. Where was the pullback? Right over here, right? So the daily pulled back, right? So again, this was your weekly consolidation, this entire area, impulsive move, right? And you see your pullback on over to the daily time frame. Where did we get our pullback bounce off? Well, we got it on our dynamic, right? Now you might be using a different trend indicator. It doesn't really matter how you guys figure out where your pullback should come down to, right? But these are basic concepts that you can use, and then use your indicators for your bias, right? And use your indicators as your invalidation point. So if we had broken this, right, for example, if we had closed underneath the dynamic, I would have exited the trade and just like move on to another opportunity on another coin. Now all the hype is on Solana because Solana keeps going, but you as a trader, you need to be in the trade, and you need to be in before everyone else is in, because you are playing the TA. If you are playing the TA on this one, look at that. Tempo turned on. We had broken the major weekly level. This was here, guys. This yellow horizontal over here, $48 was when we were adding aggressively. Why? Because the TA told us, hey, everything's looking freaking fabulous. All the flags are going on, right? Don't wait for the rest of the market to get bullish on this. You get in your positions, and be Mango, be patient. Okay, so we got in. Over here, right? Again, I really recommend watching that video. When we watch the previous video, at the very least, the one we had done a couple of days ago, got the pullback on over to the daily dynamic, and then impulsive move, right? So again, remember what we had just discussed, okay? Weekly consolidation, impulsive move on over to pullback on the daily level. Then we're looking for an impulsive move on the lower time frame relative to the daily, which would make it either you could be looking at so for example, right, you're looking at the weekly, okay, then you look at the daily. So compared to the daily, what would be a lower time frame? So well, it would be like the 4 hour. But you know, a trick that you guys could do is also use the 6 hour, which would essentially, the reason I'm mentioning this is because I'm going to be using the 6 hour time frame when I'm on vacation. Why? Because it's easier to divide the 12-hour time frame down into two, right? 2 6 hours. We'll get into that in a little bit. But yeah, so compared to the daily, you can look at the 4 hour, and the 4 hour is a very popular time frame. So I'm sure a lot of you guys are comfortable with this one. So 4 hours completely fine. Now we're looking for the 4 hour trend to either break for invalidation, to look for the deeper pullback, or for continuation. It's always one of the two, right? Again, even over here, we got the weekly impulsive move, right? And then if the daily broke, we have to look for the deeper pullback on over to the weekly levels. It would mean that the weekly is giving us a higher low, right? But that's not what happened. Let's go back on over to the weekly time frame quick. And you can see that the weekly is not put in a higher low yet, right? The weekly is still going. Why is the weekly still going? Because the daily got picked up on the daily level right over here, right? And now you're seeing the daily constantly going on, continuing to go. Why? Because the daily got picked up on its pullback on the 4 hour trend right over there, right? So we had the impulsive move on the daily time frame, right? Got picked up over here, got picked up over here. So this was your level on the $100 level, guys. That big $95 to $97 region that we were targeting, that we rounded off to $100, right? So you're seeing how beautiful Solana is, and That's all you need, right? Just play the beauty. Play the beauty. We look for trades like this. Chainlink gave us these kind of trades back in the day. Cardano was giving us these kind of trades. Solana's giving it to us at the moment. We are not going to be biased over here at Mango. We play the beautiful trend trades because our only obligation is to our family, to our loved ones, putting food on their plate and a roof on their head. Remember that, guys. Okay. So again, I'm going to go over this because people are confused about how are we playing this, right? If I'll just go ahead and quickly delete the lines, all my scribbles. Oh my god, apologies. Boom, boom. Why is my shift not working? Because you're not hitting shift, Sean. Okay, all right, there we go. All right, so weekly trend into daily trend into daily support, which broke off on over to our 4-hour trend, and now we're looking for the 4-hour to continue or to break towards the downside. If the 4-hour loses this trend, we will be looking for a further pullback on over to either $95 or the $100 region, right? Let's go ahead and be a little bit more exact with this. Give you guys a key level on the 4-hour would be $96, which is really funny because our target was around $97 on our measured move of our weekly bull flag right over here. It's so beautiful. TA can be so accurate, and man, when you see this, you just can't. The beauty keeps you in the game, right? It's like solving puzzles, and then when you figure it out, it's like, damn, it's just so fulfilling. Anyways, the 4-hour time frame. If the trend breaks over here, we look for the deeper pullback on over to the $96, $95 region. If that breaks as well, if we lose the daily time frame after that, which is coming in at around $80, right? If we lose the daily time frame at $80 region, then we'll be looking for the weekly pullback, which would come deeper. But again, we take it one step at a time. Right now we are trending on the lower time frames, so until we break that, we cannot look for those deeper weekly pullback levels. Now the big question people is asking me, Sean, should I take profits here? Should I take profits there? Blah blah blah. I can't answer that question for you. That would make this a call channel, right? And I would be just handing you guys everything on a platter, and you guys won't learn. Secondly, I don't know what kind of trade you have. How much are you leveraged, right? What kind of risk do you have elsewhere on the plate, on your portfolio? I don't know any of those questions, so I don't know whether you should be looking at your 4-hour trend and exiting quickly as soon as we lose the 4-hour trend, or are you willing to let the trade come back deeper on you and wait for the daily trend to break before we see continuation? I told you guys what I'm looking for in the previous video, so again, please go ahead and watch the previous 2 videos, and then you guys can use those same ideas on your other trades as well, and also help yourselves out on this trade. I said I'm looking for either the dynamic to break, right? That's my invalidation point, or I'll be looking for the trend to change in the interim on the daily time frame, perhaps on the 6-hour time frame. And why the 6-hour? In fact, let's go ahead and look at the 6-hour quickly right now, and you guys can see that it's been really gorgeous on the 6-hour time frame. I really like the 6-hour time frame. I think it's one of the underrated time frames in crypto, and the reason I really like it, especially on altcoins, is because the 12-hour time frame can be divided into 2 6-hour time frames, right? And I like trading the 12-hour time frame a lot, especially on altcoins. And now it's just going to be a lot easier to manage my vacation using 6-hour interims as opposed to 4-hour interims, right? In case I need to manage more aggressive trades like Solana. So yeah, 6-hour time frame has been really gorgeous. So you can see that when we did even pull back, when we had that pullback on the $75 region, we had confluence with the 6-hour and the daily, right? You can go ahead and pull out the daily out of there. We pulled back on over to the daily, wicked off the daily dynamic, but the 6-hour time frame was really well supported as well over there. Now we're seeing the continuation, 6-hour holding currently as well, but the 4-hour works too, by the way, guys. You can use the 4-hour if you guys prefer that. Stick to what you are comfortable with, stick to what you have tried and tested before. Okay, so another thing I do want to address. Now, I'm using the dynamic because one, I really like the syndicate. I made it specifically for altcoins, and one of the reasons was to make my life easier, so that way I don't have to go through the entire process, the rigmarole of going through every single thing that I look for on an altcoin. The way I look at Bitcoin very in depth, right? I essentially combined all of what I look for, right? All the concepts, all the ideas I like to look for into one indicator that allows me to quickly say, hey Sean, you can get in and get out, right? I get to enter my trades quickly, I get to exit my trades quickly. But you guys don't need to use it. You guys can use whatever trend indicator of your choice. You can use the Ichimoku, you can use in fact, even just using the daily 21 EMA. I'll go ahead and turn on Mango Ribbon, and what do you know, right over here, the daily 21 EMA has finally come into confluence with the dynamic, right? We had a little bit of confluence over here, but price never really pulled down to the daily 21, right? Got front run and got picked up on the dynamic over here. But maybe the daily maybe the 21 EMA on a different time frame would be better suited. Go ahead and try it on the 6-hour or the 12-hour time frame. That's one of the reasons why I built the dynamic too. I didn't want to constantly hunt for time frames, which coin works on what time frame. The dynamically adjusts its trend to figure out what trend the altcoin is using, and you can see it over here to figure out the Solana trend really well. The 21 EMA now confluencing over here at around $80. So if we do, let's say Solana pulls back really aggressively over the next day or so, and we do pull back on over to the 80 zone over here, right? Now suddenly we have a lot of confluence because we have this horizontal over here coming in at around 78ish. We have the dynamic coming in at around 80.46, and we have the 21 EMA coming in at around 79. So suddenly that 79 zone, right, that entire zone between 78 and 80 becomes a very strong area of support where we could try for a bid for the weekly pullback. Right now, again, it depends on how you are trading your trade. Okay, so that's pretty much it, guys. As for Solana, I'm still in my trend trade. I will not be exiting until I do start seeing the trend break, right? I'll be essentially looking for the initial signs on the 6-hour time frame. We can go ahead and pull it up again quickly. If we do lose the 6-hour dynamic, we can look for further pullback down over to the $96 region. If we do lose 96, we're likely at that point going to be coming down to around 78 to 80ish dollars, right? Maybe see a little bit of a starter stop over here at 90. In fact, we can go ahead and mark out this entire zone. Considering the volatility now on Solana, we can mark out this entire zone as support right over there. This is mid-time frame support, by the way. Mid-time frame support. On the weekly, we are yet to put in a higher low, so keep that in mind right over there too. Let me go ahead, just clear out all the horizontals for you guys. Right, we just have the impulsive move on the weekly. We don't have the pullback yet, right? So we need to see the 6-hour, or rather the 4-hour, if you guys are looking at, see the 4-hour lose the trend. Then we are looking for the daily to lose the trend, and then we can start looking for the weekly to have its higher low. Okay, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope this was helpful. I hope this was educational. If you guys did enjoy it, throw a thumbs up, a like, and yeah, leave a comment down below. And I do want to make a couple of announcements in regards to Seed. One, if you guys are on the Seed program, go ahead and check out the Clubhouse meetings that are scheduled for the North American timings as well as for the Europe timings, right? So go ahead and check that out. And also, I posted a brand new Seed setup with a full structured breakdown in the Seed setups discussion on Discord. So yeah, go ahead and check that out as well. So with that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. My name is Sean Dexter. I'll see you guys in the next one. Do the mango way, do the easy way, do the stress-free way, do the breezy way. Ciao.